Hey everybody, it's Jimmy and Bill, and today we're going to be doing a standing and talking video because it's blowing like crazy. There's a helicopter hovering and it's really windy, and we want you to have really good audio. So basically today what we're going to talk about is reality. So basically, reality check. Owning a home now demands a six-figure salary. So we're going to talk about, you know, how expensive it is to own a house, the median price of the house, and what our opinion is going to be that it might be positive to buy a house in 2024, or it might be negative, but we'll talk about it. In the meantime, if you like these kind of videos, do me a favor, consider subscribing. It really helps the channel. Okay, let's get started. All right, so let me read something. This is from an article. I'll post it below. Basically, in August, the average selling price of a U.S. home was approximately $420,000.
Yep.
Reflecting a 3% year-over-year rise. This is just $12,000 below the all-time high median home price recorded in mid-2022.
Okay.
Okay? According to recent reports published by Redfin. All right, so basically, houses are still expensive. Okay, even though they dropped, you know, on average they dropped $12,000, in the big scheme of things, it's really not much.
Right. So let's kind of clear that up a little bit.
Okay, go ahead.
So this is good. So prices didn't necessarily drop. In now certain areas, yes, because this article that we're taking in
It's a national.
It's a national. So it's taking a national average.
Right.
So there's certain areas that have dropped, and there's a lot more areas that have not dropped. And you have to be careful. So like when you're looking in your market specifically, just watch. We see a lot of, you know, there's a lot of talk right now of price reductions, you know, and I understand that. But a house that's overpriced is still, you know, those get reduced, and it feels like they're you know, that the prices are falling or coming down. So just kind of take that into consideration and look at your local market to find out actually what is going on. Because I don't want people to get scared and think that, oh my God, I just lost 12% in my house. You know, and then we do have what's called seasonal adjustment. You know, so, you know, you'll see some graphs out there where there's this giant slope down, and you're just not gaining equity as fast. It doesn't mean you're losing equity. It just doesn't mean you're gaining equity as fast. You just take it into context. That's the big one that I would caution everybody on.
All right, so basically, the article goes on to say that home buyers must earn at least $114,627 to afford a median priced house in this country.
Right. Interest rates are up, although we have seen a decrease here. Just as of we've had pretty much no increases in the last 3 weeks, which has been great. And we look like we've got a little bit of a stabilization coming there.
And hopefully the people are talking about they might have some cuts.
Right, next year coming into 2024, which would be fantastic.
Yeah, like maybe two cuts, but not until spring.
Yeah.
Just in time for the election and time for the housing.
Weird.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
So, okay, so basically, so here's the surprising thing. All right, the median monthly mortgage payment currently stands at an all-time high of $2,866 a month. That's 20% year-over-year average increase. So basically, before, in August 2022, it was $2,395, and in 2020, it was $1,581.
Whew.
Now, okay, I got to talk about this one a little bit, okay? If people, you know, between taxes, insurance, you're talking about living in a house, okay? Basically paying $1,000 a month. I mean, a week. I'm sorry.
I was like,
yeah, $1,000 a month. Yeah, everybody would take it. Sorry about that. But think about it.
Yeah.
$1,000 a week to live in a house. 52 weeks in a year. So that's 52 grand.
Just for housing expenses.
And that's after taxes. You need 52 grand.
Right.
Okay? Just for housing.
Yep, that's just principal, interest, taxes, and insurance.
I think it's going to, something's going to change. So I don't know if you guys know this. I'm going to go a little bit off, maybe not off topic, but it's not on the notes. You know that some Congress people or senators or somebody put in there that they don't want hedge funds buying houses if they're worth so many billions or millions or whatever. I don't know what the criteria is, or own so many. And if this rule passes, the hedge funds are going to have to start selling their properties.
Right, or pay a significant tax.
Like a 50% tax or something like that.
Yeah, something crazy.
Yeah, and I'm not saying it passed or anything, but they're hoping that if this law passes, and because everybody's worried that 4 or 5 years from now, we're all going to be renters.
Right, they're trying to prevent a rental society because institutional buyers are coming in and grabbing up every single piece of property that they can.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, I know there's so many videos out there that talk about this, and oh, you know, realtors are just trying to say this because you want to sell a house. But if you own property, you have more net worth.
It's true.
Institutional buyers, these corporate buyers are buying, and we're talking people who are buying thousands upon thousands of pieces of property. They're not doing it because they like to, you know, they're playing the game Monopoly and they want to have enough chips on the board. They're doing it because they make money.
Yeah.
And that's what it boils down to. So, you know, when people say, just you get your piece of that by buying a house, then maybe you reinvest and you buy your second house and rent yours out.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think that if they pass this law and big hedge funds they have to sell all their properties, do you think this would be a good thing?
Well, they're also, I think, in my opinion, they're trying to address our shortcomings in inventory, because hedge funds are going to hold. They're not necessarily going to turn, because they're going to make money. So they're trying to help two things: that rental, you know, in my opinion, just becoming a rental society, and they're also trying to address the shortfall that we have right now in inventory because of the amount of people that are coming of age that start to purchase homes.
Yeah, I mean, when I read that one, that was interesting.
Yeah.
But let's go back to this. So metropolitan cities across the country, the median home income has to be over $200,000 to buy a house in the top 10 hotspots in the U.S. So basically, like in, you know, certain metropolitan areas that the market's still hot, like Tampa, okay, you have to make $200,000. And I know a lot of people, but I don't know a lot of people that make over $200,000 a year.
Right.
I just don't. And do you really want to buy a house that you're going to be a slave to the house?
Right, we've had that conversation before.
But it's ridiculous. I know it's easy for me to say because I own a house, but because I bought it a long time ago, you know. I actually bought my house during the last crash.
Right.
I thought it was the best opportunity to buy a house.
Yeah.
You know, the last crash. But I think it's something has to change. So basically, let's continue on this. Wages have not risen at the same pace as that.
Right.
So it's unaffordable crisis nationwide. The average household income after adjusting for inflation stood at $74,580. So that's down 2.1% year over year. So basically, even though some people might be making more money because of the cost of everything, you know, and I think last time they just did the inflation report, it went up slightly, but it still went up.
Yeah, little bit's a little bit. Every little penny counts at this point.
Okay, median wages have risen only by 5% year over year in 2023, according to data from the same period from the Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta. This lags 10% rise in median home prices the same period. So basically, some houses have risen 10%, which, you know, it costs, but your income hasn't.
Right. Well, we had such a crazy increase. How does that apply? So,
yeah, go ahead.
You know, we had this just insane equity growth in properties. You know, the values went up so much over the last couple of years, which it's really never happened. It's a historical anomaly. So wages can't keep up with that, coupled with the economy right now and how things are. All of it's kind of snowballed into one thing. That's why you hear me say a lot, like, we're getting back to that whole things are staying on the market a little longer. We're starting to get back to that normal list to sale price at 98-ish%.
Yeah.
You know, listed sale price. Those are good things. We want these things because that means we're getting stable. Stable is a good thing.
Yeah.
No increases. Well, it's not a decrease, but we have
Well,
no
we're going to
increase.
start talking about some positives that might be happening.
It's stabilizing.
Okay.
That's fantastic.
So let's continue with this one. First-time home buyers facing the brunt of this,
Absolutely.
accounting for 27% of total home sales in September. First-time home buyers, 27%. But you know what's good? This is higher. 27% is higher than during the peak because a lot of investors were buying all the houses.
Right.
How many people? Sometimes you had a first-time home buyer a few times, and you telling me every time you put an offer in, somebody outbid them.
Oh, they did. It was a couple of people that I dealt with. We put in 6, 7, 8 offers because they kept getting outbid because they just couldn't go in with the extra cash.
Yeah,
And it was hard.
All right, so let's talk about some positive things
Okay.
that might happen in 2024. This is our opinions. It's just an opinion piece.
'Tis the season.
Yeah, basically, you know, rates are dropping a little bit, you know, so
Yeah.
they have. And the Feds didn't raise rates yesterday.
Thank goodness.
So that was really, really cool. You know, so,
And their conversations weren't so bullish either.
yeah, so we're like 7%, you know, the rates, they think rates will be about 7%, you know.
One of my lenders actually was saying he's been quoting 6.5-ish.
Oh, wow.
6.75s for well-qualified buyers, you know, and that's, you know, with maybe a point, half a point, you know, so which is a really good thing. So that's not bad.
No, that's not bad at all.
That's a very positive, again, that's a very positive sign.
So mortgage applications were up 15% in early November when they hit a 28-year low. So basically they hit a 28-year low, but then they bounced back up. You know, new listings for homes are up 7% from last year. So new listings, you know, there's going to be more inventory.
Right.
Because one of the biggest problems we had was that prices stayed up is because of lack of inventory. Nobody wants to sell their houses and give up their 3%.
Right, and on top of that is people who wanted to sell their house, where are they going to go? You know, so it's like, I need to sell my house for whatever reason, but they couldn't find a house to go to. So it's just, again, it's that snowball that keeps growing.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's no one problem.
All right, so 7 reasons why 2024 could be a year for home buyers to catch a break. Formerly hot markets might start to cool.
I agree with that.
2024, like places that were on fire.
Yeah, we've already started to see, we've kind of started to see that already. You know, a lot of that's due to the
So it
interest
might help
rates.
people buy houses that they couldn't afford in certain areas.
Yeah, I think that trend is going to continue a little.
Go ahead.
One thing though, I don't advocate timing the market, right? Like it's just like, oh, I'm going to time the market for this or for that or the other thing. But what I would suggest is if you are interested in buying or selling, you need to talk to somebody about a local professional in your area, because like for us right now may be the right time for you to shop
and get ready for it.
Right, and then if you're going to list,
get your savings in order, get your pre-application, pre-approval, all that stuff.
Yes, like, yeah, I know the holidays are here and we're in the holiday season right now, but now may be the time to do it because a lot of people aren't shopping right now and you have a better chance before now you're getting back into multiple offers.
Okay.
Just food for thought.
All right, I know how you can answer this one.
Okay.
Because builders will continue to create new supply of homes in 2024.
And they will, but we're not going to build our way out of this. Now, we talked about whether we're in a buyer or seller market. Right? So if you look at the national numbers on new construction, it's a buyer's market.
It is?
It is a buyer's market in new construction. The months of inventory, yes it is. Now, different areas are different things, but I'm talking nationally, it is a buyer's market right now in new construction. So here's why. They're offering incentives.
Yeah, we did a video on new construction benefits.
Right, and if it wasn't a buyer's market, they certainly wouldn't be because when they were selling, you had to go into a lottery system here. There were 6, 8, 10 months wait times.
Bids on auctions on
property, $20,000, $30,000, $50,000, $60,000 over on your property, not the house, the property. You know, because they didn't want to throw off their numbers, so they were just auctioning to win on a piece of land. So now they're giving you incentives to purchase a home. They're buying interest rates down. So nationally, we are in a buyer's market for new construction.
All right, how about this one? Artificial intelligence, AI, will make it easier to shop for a home.
I think there's going to be a lot of AI stuff. I just see it in the real estate industry, so I can only assume it's going to apply over to the other.
So basically, they're going to ask ChatGPT, find me a house here and let me know when it's available.
Yeah, I just don't see that. Like, people are going to put spins on everything. Our forward-facing stuff already says half of that.
I mean, it says Zillow, expects it to be used. Zillow actually uses AI.
They use it already. They've been using it long before ChatGPT came along, by the way.
And real estate agents are going to start creating more 3D content in their listings, and basically going to use AI, basically, to do home tours without people physically being there. I don't know anything about that stuff, so.
Okay, so it's just the new industry buzzword, AI. We've already had 3D tours, Matterports. We've had Matterports for a long time. That's nothing new. It's a camera that goes in and takes it. Now we're going to say we're going to use AI technology to create this via Matterport, or Showing Time Plus as an example. Showing Time Plus uses a program where they create through AI, which is using Matterport, which has been around for years and years and years. There's plenty of other ones too, to do 360 photographs. And then it plots. Yeah. It's nothing new. This isn't new technology. It's a new buzzword. I mean, everything's AI right now.
All right.
Machine learning has turned into AI.
At the end of the day, 2024, I think is going to be better. Listen, I know there's tons of videos out. I actually follow a lot of YouTubers that it's one negative video after another. And
right.
I watch them religiously every day. And I wasn't trying to go down that road, just being negative videos. So I'm trying to mix it up a little bit on this channel with me and you, but at the same time, my opinion is, I think 2024 might be a better year to buy a house than it was in 2023.
I agree. I do agree with that. I think things are just going to be more stable.
Yeah. I think we're going to go back to pre-pandemic levels. In the sense,
we're going to start heading that direction.
All right, maybe by 2025.
Yeah, I think we're going to start heading that direction. I just caution people to think that, okay, well, if I wait 6 months to do this and I wait 6 months to do that, we're going to kick the can down the road so many times, and then it's just timing the market is always bad.
I think if the Feds cut rates in the spring and they cut it again and the rates go down to 6, I think it's going to spur the market.
Oh, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
And then you're going to see you're going to see that flood of buyers come in, and then, yes, we're going to see more inventory come on the market, but there's a lot more buyers right now than there are sellers. There's a lot more buyers than there are homes, period. So we have to be cautious. It's just food for thought.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll have to see. I mean, nobody really, at the end of the day, truly knows what's going to exactly happen.
No.
These are just things that people have, the Fed has said, history, things are starting to cool. 3 weeks of stabilization on our interest rates, going up. That's a good thing. So
let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens.
Anyways, that's today's video, unless you have anything else to say.
Nope. Just thanks for watching as usual. We greatly appreciate it. And, we'll talk to you on the next one.
Do me a favor, consider subscribing. I'm trying to reach a goal, and 1 million subscribers I need. But anyways,
hey, it's a good goal.
Yeah, it's a good goal. Consider subscribing. It's greatly appreciated, and we'll talk to you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.